I want something right here. Wow. And it has to be interesting, because when you walk into the apartment, it is literally the okay, it's basically the first thing you see. And then it hit me all on my own. Hold on. Let me get your tape off. Let me get your tape off. What?
Why don't you get seahorses?
Well, turns out they only live 1 year. So if I wanted them here long term, I knew I'd have to try and breed them. Little did I know that this would be the video that almost broke me. Oh no! Bush! The story starts 6 months ago. Dwarf seahorses will not breed unless they are in a perfect environment. This is complicated, and since you're on your phone, I made a nice little list of everything we'll need to keep them and eventually breed them. Starting with a tank. Then comes reef walks, a light, and of course, salt water, which I make myself with tap water, purified with a device that I would regret bringing through an airport. I told Reef Casa that I had a video where I light money on fire. They said, ooh, okay, here's a tank. I like it. 1 month in, green algae appears. Proof that the tank can support larger life. Meet the blue-legged hermit crab. They'll pick at algae, they'll scavenge food, they'll steal credit cards, but the tank still looks nothing like their habitat down in Florida. But like more off the coast. Seahorses need a ton of hitching posts, something sturdy to wrap their tail around. So, macroalgae and gorgonians. But of course, seahorses die from just about every single hitchhiker you could accidentally add to the tank. I'm gonna give them all a really nice waterboarding, and I definitely did not do it a little bit too hard and then kill them 3 separate times. Come into my lovely home, look at my beautiful tank. Nope. Oh, well guess what, it's dead. I would never do that. But then we made some progress. Yo, you gotta learn to breed brine shrimp. You know how to do that? Oh, you do? Okay, good. Part of the reason they're so difficult is because dwarf seahorses need to eat live food 2 to 3 times a day. So I'm learning to breed a constant supply. Luckily, the unpaid intern has been doing 17-hour shifts. So finally, after a little bit of time in the saddle, this closeted horse girl is ready to come out. Paying installments? You can do Klarna on this shit? Yeah, hold on, let me go ahead and finance my seahorses. Okay, here we go. Yes! I have unboxed a lot of animals on this channel. None have ever made me feel like this. I've got the normal nerves, right? Are they alive? Oh, there's my full address. Nice and gentle, as if UPS didn't punt this onto the truck. Oh my God, dude. They are so small. Wild seahorse populations have been decimated by the medicinal trade. Learning that was what turned wanting a beautiful tank into being determined to also breed them in captivity. So my hope is that the lessons I'm about to learn help make captive breeding a real alternative to wild collection. But as it turns out, buying seahorses would be the easy part. Dwarf seahorse care is unforgiving, which is dangerous for a person with 63,000 unread emails and worse ADHD than anybody that you've ever met. But thanks to today's sponsor, Opera, I just might pull it off. Here's how. Opera is an internet browser that allows you to totally customize your experience using sounds, animations, overall theme, and a custom sidebar with all my favorite apps like Gmail, Spotify, and WhatsApp, so I can talk to all my British friends. Anyone with focus issues knows the feeling of switching tabs straight into a shiny distraction. But Opera's tab islands group mine by category, color-coded and named. And tab traces shows me the last one I used, so I stayed locked in. There are very few reliable sources of info on dwarf seahorses, but split screen lets me pull up 3 sources at once, compare them live, and use the 4th to take notes. And by far my favorite feature is the video pop-out. Yeah, I can watch YouTube right in the sidebar, which is great for note-taking. But when I really need to lock in, I'll pop out the video, throw on a playlist, and continue watching outside the browser. That way, I'm never tempted by something juicy on the YouTube homepage. Opera turned me into a research machine, the ideal horse girl I didn't know was possible. And it's completely free, so click the link in the description to give it a try. It helps you out and it helps me make more videos. Thank you guys, now back to the show. I'm on a mission to create a beautiful tank that can actually support a breeding population of dwarf seahorses. At this point, I have 12.
What is he holding on to? Oh, they're holding on to each other. Oh, that's cute. Hey! Really?
It took me only 10 minutes to see just how low the pump had to be set.
Oh, sorry.
But with that taken care of, the seahorses seem to be settling in nicely. Well, all seem to be except for one. He isn't using the hitching posts like the others, and I'm worried. Or at least I was. He's not dying. He is hunting. You see, he was raised in a sterile setup, so he has never seen sand before. Prey hiding in crevices like this is a novel experience for him. But lucky for this amphipod, seahorses need much smaller food. So it's a terrible day to be a brine shrimp in the water column. Nighttime rolls in, and they can finally get some rest. But that calm wouldn't last. What the fuck? No! That little male, who just last night was hunting off the gravel, has now become food himself.
Buddy, no.
Yet somehow, that's not even the bad part. Marginella snails are scavengers, not hunters. Which means this poor guy was already dead. And sadly, he wasn't the only one.
No.
At least 2 others gone. I know some savvy entrepreneur is watching this thinking, oh my god, what a great time to pivot into traditional medicine. Well, for an aspiring seahorse keeper, this is a fucking nightmare. I don't know what's killing them, but I know they can't stay here. I'm scooping up all the survivors. And the entire herd is getting moved here. This is a sterile hospital tank. This is how most keepers house seahorses. But my hope is that it's temporary.
So, breeding seahorses is not going very well. I also had to throw out my bed sheets this morning. Unrelated. However,
life inside the hospital tank is flourishing. For the first time, I'm starting to get to know the individual seahorses. My favorite has to be this little piebald female. Those markings are unmistakable, so I think I'll call her Michaela Jackson. MJ for short. And she's not the only little legend in this tank. I've been calling this guy Bubbles. Well, because... yeah, he does that all day. These creatures might look simple, and, believe me, they are. but I swear they have different personalities, and I bet some food would really get them fired up. These are the brine shrimp. Our herd notices them instantly. It may shock you to hear that seahorses have no stomach. Instead, they have a tube-like intestine, so food passes through them incredibly fast. Because of this, they need to be eating constantly. See, I told you I don't have an eating problem. I just have a long intestine, and no stomach, and a dopamine addiction. All was going well, until I saw this. A hydroid. Tiny, stinging marine invertebrates that kill younger seahorses on contact. I looked closer at the display tank and found not one, not two, but I don't know, maybe 1,000,000 hydroids hiding in plain sight. Some keepers have told me Hippocampus ostere can handle a couple of hydroids here and there, but I think the hydroids plus shipping stress took out a portion of our herd. Good news. Hydroids die from a canine dewormer called fenbendazole. Bad news. I can't just dump it in the display tank because it allegedly kills macroalgae and gorgonians. But I am not giving up on this tank yet. I will get the seahorses back in here. But for now at least, they are comfortable. You know, you might look at this tank and think, wow, that looks like a pile of garbage. And you know what? You'd be forgiven for thinking so. But this tank is a machine designed to keep seahorses happy and healthy. Please, let me give you a tour. Oxygen, heat, filter, carbon, biomedia for that yummy denitrifying marine bacteria, auto top off, but the most important is probably a fan. This cools the tank through evaporation, which keeps it between 70 and 74 degrees Fahrenheit, because above that, the seahorses start to get Vibrio, a bacteria that causes deadly infections in seahorses, because of course it does. And I have been dosing fenbendazole because there's nothing in here that it would kill, you know, besides the hydroids. Yes, I am going to get them back in the display tank, but in the meantime, a setup like this is so good that they actually should start to breed. And we wouldn't have to wait long. It looks like breeding has already begun. The seahorses are now starting each day in a horny little pile of horsies. They are sorting through their romantic options, likely by income and whoever's taller. No, I'll be honest guys, I don't know how they select mates, but I do know that they quiver their body to express romantic interest. Take notes, fellas. Anyone who's currently watching without being on their phone may have noticed and be wondering how the hell the seahorses went from almost white to having much richer complexions. Well, I'm feeding them brine shrimp at minimum twice a day. But before the brine shrimp are fed off, the shrimp are spending a day filter feeding in this enrichment. It's various algae, probiotics, minerals, and can you believe it smells so good? Experts have told me that seahorses need these nutrient-rich brine shrimp to actually reproduce. And obviously it's been working because within a week, the males are already showing signs of pregnancy. Oh, right, yeah, I didn't tell you. The males get pregnant. Thanks, Obama. Females deposit eggs into his pouch and he carries them to term. I actually think I'll try this. But it's not all sunshine and horny rainbows. The males are feeling the pressure. Fighting over mating rights has begun. It's the strongest and most persistent of the group that will ultimately find success. I am beyond excited about potential babies, but I still want them to live in this tank. Oh, I want something beautiful here. I need to kill the hydroids, which are starting to multiply, and I'm gonna kill them with fenbendazole. What? Isn't fenbendazole gonna kill everything in the tank? Oh, well, guess what? I took everything out that would definitely die because I'm not a monster. I dosed fenbendazole, and a month later, the tank looks fine. The hydroids are dead, and none of the macroalgae died. So suck it, internet. The tank is ready for seahorses. And it seems our herd is about to get a little bit bigger. This male is experiencing contractions. No epidural, no mother-in-law filming on her iPad, just pure boypreg instinct. Push, push. His 14-day gestation period is coming to an end. No way, dude.
She was a fairy. No fucking way.
Because the adults have their pistol permit, most can safely live in the display tank. But any babies I can catch will be raised in the hospital tank, which is now a fry nursery. We now have 17 seahorses. You know, if you're watching this and you're thinking, damn, I want these. Don't. Unless you want to not be able to leave your house for 2 days at a time, you know, without help. But if you want to live vicariously and keep up with what I'm doing, I'm posting weekly videos on Patreon. Very high quality stuff. Okay, I'll see you soon. Okay, I love you. Okay, bye.
And he's got nowhere to go. Oh, he bumped hard.
Okay, perfect. Use it as a cutting board.